These types of questions turn up every year. They're so important. They're worth 8 marks, 9 marks, they're almost worth a grade. So it's well worth practicing these a lot. Okay, so the first one, we've got D equals G plus 2AC. That word equals from equality. The idea being what you do to one side of the equation, you must do to the other side. So we want to get A by itself. So I hope you agree that the first thing is in the way is that G on the A side. Let's take it away. But of course, if I take it away from the right hand side, I must take it away from the left hand side, which is why I'm writing D take away G equals 2AC. Now this A is still being multiplied by 2C. I don't want that, so I'm going to divide by 2C. That cancels out. But if I divide the right hand side by 2C, I must divide the left hand side by 2C. And that means that A is going to be equal to D minus G divided by 2C. Okay, so that's how to do that question. Make sure you show you're working. Right, the next one is factorise fully. And you see there's 2 marks. That's really important, 2 marks, okay? A lot of people, when they do these questions, they don't factorise fully. They just factorise. But we have to, so that's a clue. Factorise fully tells you there's 2 marks, there's 2 things to do. So they both share an F, don't they? We can take an F out, but they also share a 3. 3 is the highest common factor of 9 and 12. It's the biggest number that goes into 9 and 12. So just check, is 3F times by 3 9EF? Yes it is, and 3F times by minus 4 is minus 12EF. Right, now we've got the FOIL question. So let's do that, shall we? So x times by x is going to be x squared, isn't it? Remember that each term in the first bracket multiplies each term in the second bracket. So that x, that first term, has got to multiply with the other x, and the first x has got to multiply with the minus 5 as well. So x times by x is x squared, and x times by minus 5 is minus 5x. And now the 2 in the first bracket is multiplied with the other 2 terms. So 2 times by x is 2x, and 2 times by minus 5 is minus 10. All we've got to do now is simplify. We've got 1 mark so far. Now we're going to tidy it up. Minus 5 plus 2 is minus 3. If you're not sure about your negative numbers, then use your calculator. Minus 5 plus 2 is minus 3. And that's your answer for 2 marks. Okay, and now we're going to look at the last part, which is an indices question. And let's take care of the numerator first. So n times by n times by n times by n times by another 7 n's, okay, and n times by n times by n times by n, etc. Well, that's going to be 9 to the power 11, isn't it? Because 4 plus 7 equals 11. So I'm going to write that now as n to the power of 11 divided by n to the power of 5. Now, if you wrote that all out, you're going to have n times by itself 11 times divided by n times by itself 5 times, which is going to be a subtraction, isn't it? So 11 divided by 5 is 6, and I think that's the final answer, n to the power of 6. I think the examiners point out that a lot of people do not factorise fully. That's quite a common error, and one which you'll really want to avoid, because you must, if you pick up all these marks, you're doing yourself a power good. Okay. Right, let's look at the examiner's, the mark scheme, and it's all looking lovely. Okay.